My friend Robbie builds some pretty cool stuff, including this Bronco on a Corvette chassis, a 55 Chevy sitting on a modern Camaro, and even my dirt track 68 Charger that was on a Lincoln Town Car frame. So when he reached out to me saying he had something cool I needed, I didn't hesitate. And it turns out he was right, because when I saw the pictures that he sent, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This poor Challenger had been cut in half and turned into a dune buggy. It was in the backyard of a Mopar collector for the past 30 plus years, and now I had the opportunity to own it. So we headed up to Kentucky to take possession of my new Challenger.
And run my Jeep up along here. Yeah, it actually was off over there, and I had to scoot it across. Yeah. This is a lot. Wow. Might do a favor, you think? Right.
Got the trailers backed up here together, got the ramps down on this one, because this is a tilt trailer right here.
There she is, a little fighting, a little pushing. We got her on there. I think we got probably the best car in the parking lot. What do you think?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Absolutely. Did you notice anything interesting about these wheels? Custom made wheels. These things are, I don't know what they came off of. They cut the two wheels apart and welded them back together. Oh! Wow.
Wow, that's heavy.
Dang.
I don't know how them brakes function.
They don't. You think that's a problem? The rocker that's not there?
I don't see anything.
Well, they just made a new one, so that's fine. We don't really need that one anymore, do we?
No.
These will make a roll. I've got ideas. This wheel well needs to fill out. It looks like they radiused them too. They've been cut.
Yes.
This has definitely been...
Yeah, it's like they split it from the inner panel.
Because on the Challenger, I believe it goes straight across right here. But they radiused it and then opened it up real wide. So this thing needs some really fat tires in the back. Oh yeah. Before we get too crazy on working on this thing, we decided it would be better to clean it out a little bit first. As you can tell, it's pretty nasty in here. I've got to clean this all out, and after I do that, we're gonna pressure wash the heck out of this thing. I really don't know what I'm gonna find in here. Kind of scared, to be honest. It's beautiful, isn't it? Hey Brian, there's no floor left. Hey, touch the tunnel.
Oh my gosh.
It's good when you can see your transmission, right?
What happened?
There's literally no telling with this car.
That's not good, is it? At least, I mean, the tunnel is in nice shape, so we have something to tie to. How do you even bolt a seat in it?
Self-tappers.
Yeah, this isn't what I was really anticipating. Well, I don't know what I was anticipating. I mean, I really can't say much.
I like how they put block-off plates on everything. The taillights, the fuel cap.
Oh, they did, didn't they? I
Yeah.
didn't even notice that.
Oh! It's honestly not as bad.
This is the factory fuel tank, and they just mounted it upside down. Interesting. Yeah, the trunk floor, well, if you just don't uncover it, it's not as bad. Oh my god.
There's something in there.
Oh.
Just screws.
That's what we're going to put the floor back together with.
Sweet.
What do we do with this thing? Well, I'll leave you to it. I'm going to...
Wait, no. This is your... Please, this is your car. So we believe that this thing is a 72 Challenger. It was originally this petty blue
with white interior. So it was a really nice looking car. Probably had a vinyl top on it at some point. Somebody just took it, might have been wrecked, who knows. They shortened the body, added new frame here, and extended it all the way out. So you can see the original roof goes up to right here, and they molded the window frame into the factory roof. So it's pretty intense. And I don't even know how you could even sit in this car, even with like a seat bottom in it. I have no idea. All this metal paneling is actually really nice looking, and they shaped it to the factory grille. So they ended up taking the factory cross member out from under the engine, moved it all the way forward to right here, and it even still has torsion bars in it. They just created all this new. We'll go into detail how they did it later, but the engine, it's a 318. Doubt that it runs, or doubt that it's even not locked up, because look here, there's holes in the valve cover. Best thing for us to do is probably just go ahead and pull this engine out, not even try it. But the engine's been sitting out in the open for no telling how long. The shifter linkage is stuck, the steering column is broken, the brakes are stuck. We have it. I guess that's a good thing, right?
We got a lot going for us, don't we?
Yeah, I guess so. Got the Challenger back in here. We were just kind of looking over stuff. The engine, again, it's got to be locked up. We can't even check because there's no belt on it, but linkage is stuck, choke is stuck. Now the kick down works. Cable is ugly looking. The steering column broken in half. See right down into the engine. Think that'll run?
Oh, for sure. Oh.
Is that water? Yeah, that's water. There is no oil. It's been replaced. Power steering that I don't think is original to this car. Where is the steering box? Oh, it's way up here, look. I didn't even think about that. It is way up here. I can't even see it. Where are you at, sir? Well, it's in there somewhere. Seeing a lot of extra metal in here. So you can see this is where the factory frame rail is, and then they added this giant channel to it. This is just huge angle iron. So the factory frame rail is this right here, and it goes all the way back to right here in the factory torsion bar cross member, which is now what sits behind the oil pan. So all this right here, that's still factory. Then they added all this channel to it. Then they just relocated the torsion bar cross member over to the mounts for the original cross member, and then put everything from the cross member, the K member and everything, torsion bars, all up here. It's genuinely impressive. I mean, I know it looks hack and looks like garbage. Actually did a halfway decent job. It's just right here that kind of falls apart, literally. I don't know what it is about it, but I have to sit in it.
Can you?
I don't know. Oh. I don't know how you could even possibly drive this. Genuinely don't know how.
Yeah, as soon as you put a seat in there, your legs are going to be so tight against that steering wheel.
Yeah, we're basically going to be sitting on like a couch cushion or something by the time it's over.
Hello.
Hey, Pete. Oh, wow. Just go ahead and get that out of there. This isn't good, Ryder. We may have caused a problem here. You know what would really be good? A smaller steering wheel or a tilt column. Because that's not working. Oh, it's not even bolted in.
I can just do away with that.
Yeah, it's probably the best. Yeah, look at this. This isn't even bolted in. That's why it sits so low. That's where it's supposed to sit. It looks like they were trying to pull the dash out and they never finished it. It's kind of comfortable. Look at me. Do I look cozy?
I mean, it's a Challenger.
You know what it makes me think of? It's like riding in a CJ5.
Never been in one.
Because the doors are probably smaller than this, and you kind of sit cramped up in there. And the CJ5 that I had, the seats were too tall. So you're like this, up on the steering wheel. And the ignition switch right here. Oh,
Whoa, it comes out.
whoa. It's locked up, but it works. Like it comes out. So that's how they were cranking the thing. Yeah, this thing just probably fully rewire, just gut the interior, pull the engine, transmission, but I have to get out first. And I don't know if I can, Briar. Hold on, let me put my hand on the floor.
Me and everyone else are watching.
Oh. Ow. Hey, at least the roof is solid. It supports me.
Sit on it.
Oh! Never mind. Oh, because the lower radiator hose is still on.
Yep.
That would help.
Oops.
Who's gonna do it?
You said you would get the hoses.
Ah!
Hey, it had water in it.
Ew! I didn't even think to drain it. I didn't think it would have any in it.
Ta-da. Oh, you cut the spring too.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Nope. Spring
Oh
still
no,
in.
spring, don't do this to me. Perfect. That's a nice radiator.
It might still work.
I'm surprised it had coolant in it. Oh! Look at all this room. Oh my Atlanta. Not that one. Not that one. Now, will it come off? Is a real question.
Probably not.
Oh.
That works too.
Get out of there.
That was probably the line holding you up now.
Yeah. Well, let's see the damage. Got a 904, the world's shortest drive shaft ever. Yeah, see, there's the factory cross member. They just cut the floor loose of it. And it's spent, I mean, it's in neutral. You just can't use the column. You got to shift it down here by hand. Not the original engine, but it is a engine. I just wondered if it was a 340 car or something crazy. But check out the cross member. Again, the torsion bar mount, everything got just slid forward, and then the engine stayed in place. Absolutely dangerous looking mounting here, but you know, we'll just ignore that and go about our business. I don't know how these torsion bars are even holding anything. It's amazing to me that they're strong enough to have suspension, but hey, we just need to make noises with it, and that's all that matters. We've got a frame that stretches the entire length of the car that seems to be slightly rotted, but it's tied into here where the leaf spring is. That's what matters. Got this entire giant piece of angle that's tied into here and to here. Genuinely, I know it looks awful, but structurally, I think it's okay. It just, the sheet metal is gone. So my goal is, I gotta get this drive shaft out, and I've gotta get our transmission unbolted. The exhaust is non-existent, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see if I can slide it out of here now. Oh, look at there. Come on. Release. Oh, come on. Please don't dump fluid all over me. Oh! One-handed drive shaft removal. Here you go, Briar. Whoa.
Beautiful sounding spin.
Oh. I think you're gonna piddle paddle with me. There, it's walking off. Slowly but surely. Good gracious. Oh, yeah, look at there. Wow. Ew. Oh, there's a pad still in there.
Yep.
You think this will clean up? They're not they're not gouged or nothing. They might clean up.
Whoa!
What are you doing?
I'm cooling my tire off because it's insanely hot right now.
Weirdo. Briar's got the brakes unstuck. Well, at least rotating. I've got the engine basically ready to pull. Got motor mounts out. All the wiring has been disconnected. The transmission cross member. I mean, we got 4 tires that hold air. That's got to be better, right?
And the roll.
And they roll. Yeah, all 4 wheels and tires now roll. That's not oil. It's water coming from our oil filter. So I guess it's now a water filter. And it crack. Yep. Still think it'll run?
Absolutely.
It's been about 15 minutes. We're still draining water out of this thing. That's pretty bad. The crank pulley is unbolted, but not unstuck. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's
Good gracious. So I'm going to pull the balancer off because I'm going to steal the timing cover and the water pump bolts for our new engine because it's just nice to have all this stuff on standby. I don't know how, but this thing's actually pulling off pretty easily. That's pretty impressive. Maybe that just means it's worn out. More than likely.
Possibly.
Look at there. Gonna make music.
Copyright question mark.
Oh, I missed it.
Is it bad in there?
Ah! No, it's really not. Oh, dang it! I worked so hard to not do that, and I did it. Oh, wow, that was easy.
How bad is this gear set? Ooh.
Actually, it's still tight.
Look in there.
Oh, that's milkshake, ain't it? Dang.
About as good as it gets right there.
Nice. We might need these. We might not. Oh my god. Please? What the heck? Wow.
Well, now that we're Briar powered, I figured we could go ahead and get the interior a little bit easier to manage. This dash is, well, it's not really doing anything. The steering column, it's just hanging there. So this is just a steel frame that's doing nothing. I mean, there's no gauges, there's no, all the wiring is just kind of like there. It's not doing anything or plugged in anything.
Hey, there it is.
Whoa!
Ah, my impact. I've never seen a dash do that before.
No, I don't think I want to either.
Persuasive. What? Persuasive. I can't speak. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, it's broken in half. Oh, wasp.
Get out of here! One down.
We'll take care of that. Not a lot left of that seat frame there. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
If we tie to here, this is where the seat belts are supposed to be mounted. Somehow, into this trans tunnel where it's solid, I think we can make some kind of makeshift floor and still have a trans tunnel to boot out of it. So that's kind of where I'm at this point. We're just gonna have to shape some metal to fit all this and cover up all this ugly stuff. But it's better, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look as bad. Yeah, maybe, probably not. I've drawn a line here that I'm gonna try and maintain as much as I can, but get rid of that. I took a terribly shaped piece of cardboard and kind of shaped it to what the floor shape needs to be, and I've taped off kind of how it's supposed to go. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I'll be willing to shape it up as best I need. But I got this giant piece of 16 gauge steel, and we're just going to use the heck out of it until this thing actually looks like a car again. The first step is the first cut. Did we measure twice, Briar? Did we measure at all?
No.
I didn't think so.
Cut twice, measure once, right?
Something like that.
I cut extra on it, so it's probably too big. Well, here's step one of our floor. So as you can see, it's just flat. I mean, what my plan was, I don't really have any kind of like metal shaping tools. So instead, we'll just start with the foundation, do a flat piece coming off this angle, and this angle, and that should cover a lot of it. This is just the foundation here. So we've got places to do some spot welding here, spot welding here. I'll tie it into this back seat belt brace, tie it into the wheel weld, and then I'll be able to run a bead all the way across this rocker. So it ought to be able to support you. I mean, I sat in it without any welds in it, and it held me up perfectly fine. So as of now, we have all this on the driver's side tacked in. Main floor up underneath your feet. Still got to do it one piece there. Got all the tunnel tacked in. And I just finished this. Briar cut this out for me, and I'm tacking it in right now. So that really leaves two pieces left to weld in, as long as you can't see the rust. Is it there?
Not at all.
Can you tell that the floor doesn't fall through now? Look at that.
Wow.
So me and Briar have spent, gosh, what we do, like a day or two of just...
A while.
Yeah, it took forever. Now, is this an expert job? No. We just needed this car to be not as ventilated as it was. So it is doing that. Remember how the tunnel would just kind of flop in the wind and the firewall would kind of move around? All that's solid now, and that was our goal.
While Dylan is finishing up the floors, I have been tasked to work on these brakes. We've got some brake calipers and other brake parts coming later, so I've got to get this rotor off right here so we can turn it, possibly. I hope so. They might be a little cooked, but I've definitely seen worse. A lot of bugs and wasp nests inside of this one. Well, both fittings move. It's just the lines are, I broke one of the lines. Wow! There you go.
Now that we have the brakes all torn apart, it's time to start putting it back together. So the first thing to do is put the master cylinder on. As you can soon realize, there's a large gap in the firewall right above the master cylinder. I found a piece of scrap that we made the floor pans from, and I made this. Moving on from the master cylinder, we have our rotors back from being turned, and we've got our new seals to put in. After packing your bearings, you make sure you put this bearing in here before you put that seal in. Because if you put that seal in first, it is impossible to get that bearing in there.
Put the rotor back on with new grease on the spindle.
And there you have it. We have 2 new front calipers on this thing, whatever it is. And the last thing we have to do for the brakes to work is to actually run the lines themselves to each of the calipers.
We assume everything is junk, so we got rid of the proportioning valve and we're going to run a T-fitting to go to the front brakes. So to do that, Briar has got our master cylinder mounted. I've got new fittings, and this roller brake line, I'm going to try and go to this T-fitting on this end, and then each end is going to go to left and then to right. So I'm just going to do a little shape shifting and bending and hope that it ends up in the right spot eventually.
It's pretty close.
1, 2. The perfect flare every time. There you have it. First of many brake lines. Peekaboo.
Well, there you go. Brake system is done, at least for the fronts. We just made a block off so that way we can go ahead and bleed it. And we'll do the rears later. Briar's putting the seat in so he can sit in there and bleed it. There's all of our brake lines. New hoses, new calipers, new pads, turned rotors. We ran this one in the factory location. Super simple, super easy bends. Nothing radical, nothing crazy, but it's effective. We've already got fluid going to that T-fitting that we put right here. Check it out, Briar. See what it'll do. Oh! Fluid's moving. Wow, it dropped a lot.
Well, the pedal is not. We may have to do some work on the rod.
Why is it?
It's not wanting to return.
Oh, really? Well, we can work on it. Well, guess what? Show our pedal, Briar. Look, he's trying to break it, and it's going not even to the floor all the way. So whenever I spin the rotor, all right, Briar, look at there. We got plenty of pedal, plenty of pressure. So the brakes are working on the front. Did you ever think we'd get brakes?
I was getting scared for a minute because it's bad, but you know, I feel better now.
Yeah, you and me both, at least a little bit.
The next big obstacle that we have to tackle for this car is to be able to get it to roll. And as you can see here, we have found some old slop mags that we had laying around. And as you can tell, they are pretty rough looking. I've got to do a lot of sanding and polishing to these bad boys to get them to turn out like this one. I just did 2 of these yesterday just to see what they would look like, and they look a whole lot better. But that is my end goal right there, to get these 2 to look like that one.
Well, Briar, thank you for polishing these wheels. Finally got the tires mounted.
They look good.
Oh, these are 14 by 8s with a, what is this, a 225/70?
I believe it is.
Look at that. That looks good, doesn't it?
That looks awesome. What about that thing?
Oh, that? Oh, that's the rear tire.
Are you kidding?
So I thought, you know, why not go big instead of going home? 33 by 1250, because they already clearanced out the wheel well for us. So
Is it? I don't know how I feel about this.
So these wheels are called appliance roto mags, and these were the things back in like the 70s or whatever, but you can't hardly find the proper lug nuts to fit them because they don't just use a regular shank style lug nut. They have to use these types of adapters. So you have these washer spacer adapter things because what they're designed to do is either be a 5 on 4 3/4 if you get the regular straight hole, see how that one's offset, but you can offset it to either 5 on 5 or 5 on 4 1/2, which is what we're doing. I could not find these stupid little things anywhere. So I found like maybe 1 or 2 websites that had them. And the people I reached out to either had an old link or they just didn't respond. So it was nearly impossible to find these things until I reached out to the lug nut guys. And they had thousands of these on standby. So all you do is drop it in there, you turn it to the proper direction that you want it to, so then you can put these wheels on anything you want. Pretty simple, huh?
Wow.
You gotta check out Lug Nut, guys. They literally have everything you'll ever need for a lug nut, especially these, which is the most defunct lug nut I could ever imagine. So you have to run these as special adapters, but you also have to run special lug nuts. So this is a regular style shank lug nut. That's what we need, a step shank. So it's got basically a washer and a bushing built into it. This is like the craziest thing to try and find. Lug nut guys, set us up. Look at there, it'll fit. I can fix that. Clearanced.
Do all cars do that?
Only the best.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Absolute yes. I mean, I don't know if the camera really does it justice, but so that's a 25-inch tall tire, maybe 26, if that, versus a 33. I love that so much. Those slot mags really do it. What do you think, Dixie? You like it? Oh, she loves it. And it just fits. Look at that.
What the heck are you doing in here, man?
Melting stuff. Trying to build a steering column mount, and the original steering columm mount is way too low. And there's a stud here that looks like it's been fused into 4 different metals. I'm going to try and remove this. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but we're going to do our best. Actually, we'll go ahead and try it. Oh ho ho!
Wow.
Did not expect that. Look at there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's welding time. Look what we did. So we made a coupler here. This was the original setup here with a clamp. So I took some of this 3/4 inch steering stock, ground it down until it would fit in here, clamped it, and it's got a tight hold on it. And I've got a universal joint here that we're going to weld on each end, and then it's going up into this. We've got this bearing sitting here. It's bolted into the original steering column. Had to cut it and bend it up just a touch. We'll be able to shorten our steering rod however we want it to where we get a good placement. But I figured if we get this mounted and that mounted, this should be the last step as far as how far we need to get this going. So I've got my ground on the steering rod. I'm just going to tack these 2 into place, and then I'll weld it off the car. So for any reason, if we ever need to work on the steering column, modify it, do whatever, it's 1 bolt. It's just a matter of doing like that.
Well, it's been a while, and we got a steering column. Check that out. And I bought all of this on Amazon, super cheap. Really, really just cheap stuff. Pedal block for a 3/4 diameter rod. We've got a 6-bolt steering wheel here, as cheap as you can get it. And down there, sorry it's a little dark, but we've got another one of those pedal block bearings, and I just melted it into there. I didn't do a good job, but it's sturdy. But the main goal is because the column kept moving, it was wobbling around, and now it doesn't anymore. And check this out. It moves. Look at that. And you're wondering, well, how the heck are you going to get in there? This thing is way too small, too tight to get into. Oh, but watch. Quick release. There you have it. And the cool thing is that the guys who built this thing have this crush sleeve. So, I mean, if you do have an accident of sorts, at least the steering column will crush before it goes into you.
The next thing to do is to slap a new fuel tank in here, because if you can't tell, this one's pretty rough looking. What we have to replace the old tank is this Tanks brand fuel tank here with an electric pump in it, so that eliminates all of the Ducas. Can I say Ducas? Okay, that eliminates all of the junk that we might have to deal with a mechanical pump. Go ahead and slap it in. Look at that.
Well, that took 50 forevers, but the floor pans are completely welded in. I mean, How good is it? I don't know, but the firewall, the trans tunnel, that doesn't shake anymore, so that's good. Also, if you notice, we have seat mounts. Guess what that is? That means we have seats. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, if you can't see the rust in the bottom, that means that it's not a problem, right? I mean, that's just straight up proper dune buggy at this point. How much did we spend on that? 75 bucks?
$75 for a 4x8 sheet.
One big sheet of metal covered the entire floor, and we still have some left over. 75 bucks, and we fixed everything. So the seat tracks, I'll show you what they look like in a second. These came out of an RV for a Dodge, and the seat tracks were just really tall. I cut them to fit, welded them in there, and they look like this. We got these beauties. Look at that. Nice low back buckets. These have been in our barn for, I swear, 15 years it seems like, just waiting for the right project. That's why that one's covered in dust. That one's not so much because I sat in it so much and just rubbed all the dirt off of it. We're going to clean them up real good and then bolt them in for good. But these are like the smallest low back buckets that I knew of that I had and that I could use. This came out of an RV that Dad farted out years and years ago. He kept the seats just in case he ever did something with them. And hey, guess what? Here we are. Look at some robbing his stuff. We're using Poppy's Patina interior cleaner because I figured what else would get the nasty stuff off here, but not hurt it. That's the main thing. We want to make sure that these survive and still look good when it's all said and done. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's dirty.
I've been sitting in that barn for a long time. In a dirt floor barn. The good stuff. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, they're white. Who would have thought? This may be a familiar sight, and it is our solution to the engine problem. Now, if you've known this channel for a long time, you should recognize what this engine is. This is my 360 out of my 72 Swinger that I've had for probably, gosh, 12, 13 years at this point. My dad gave this engine to me a long time ago to put in that car, and I've not been nice to it. But I know that it runs fantastic. It had been rebuilt at some point along the way. There's no telling when or where or by who. But what I did was just take and put a Comp XE 268 inside here. New cam, new lifters, new valve springs to support the RPM, and I beat the heck out of it. It was a great running engine when I pulled it to upgrade it with a Magnum 360 in that car because this thing would just blow oil every time out the dipstick. But it would run great. Pulled a 6,000 RPM like it was nothing. It didn't care. So I'm going to put it in this car because that's what we need to do. We need something that's got power. We already know that it's a good engine, so why waste our time with anything else but this? So what I've done already is I went ahead and pulled the valve covers, pulled the intake off, cleaned up all the gasket surfaces, got the intake gaskets off, all the RTV, got the timing cover and water pump surfaces cleaned off. I ended up using the car pan that was on this engine on my Dart. So I have a replacement one from a Cordoba. We got to clean it up and paint it. It's just bolted on there. And I took the Woodruff key off this thing, so that's missing. We got to get it back on top dead center so we can actually have this thing lined up properly and timed properly. The dipstick is just kind of doing its own thing. And I pulled the rocker arms so that I could rotate the cam. This thing probably needs a solid rebuild. But you know what? We're going to slap it together and get the ripping on it. Now for a water pump that is, well, probably 10, 15 years old, but guess what? Still works great. We don't care.
What did you get?
Oh, you'll see. The FedEx guy's literally just now leaving because I ordered...
Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
Yes!
Let's go.
That's awesome. That's gonna look so freaking cool.
Schoenfeld headers. They're derby headers. They're just uprights. Got these from Jegs. I had to have them when I saw them because they just looked the part with this wild contraption. So when we get the engine together, that's going on them.
Does it get any better than that? That's tough looking. So we got the engine painted. I went ahead and threw our derby headers on because I had to. I mean, how cool is that? Now, top side, I just have this intake sitting on here. Then I got this Holley 600 CFM vacuum secondary carburetor to top it all off. And I must say, the engine's almost too nice for what it's going in. But it looks great. It's going to run great. Just a rattle can rebuild, if you will. We got our chrome valve covers on. Got our chrome block off plate. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? I can't wait to see this thing getting in here.
So to get the power down, I did not have another 904 Chrysler transmission that I thought would be good enough to work. But I did have this small block 727. It's fairly low miles. I know it had 3 gears and reverse, so that helps. So I went ahead and pulled the torque converter out. This is what our stock unit looked like. And again, this came out of a small block. It was a 360, in fact, late 70s. So this is about as tight of a converter you could possibly get. It's meant to get as good as fuel mileage as it can. This right here is rated at 26 to 2800 RPM stall. I believe it looks like a 9.5-inch converter. I got it used. Don't really know anything about it. I know it was in a running vehicle that I had, so we're gonna actually put it in here real quick. And hopefully, it does the trick. The engine's back together. We have the intake bolted completely down. Valve covers are completely done. I went ahead and painted our bracketry for the accessories. We got the power steering pump, alternator I had, got the fan painted up, and all the belts and pulleys are tight.
Well, there it is. It looks great sitting in there. And I wanted to test fit the headers. They're not even slightly bolted on. I just wanted to kind of see how they look. They're just wobbling out in free space. The only thing we're going to have to clearance is right here. It's barely hitting the steering column. That's an easy fix. Other than that, those headers look so cool. And honestly, they kind of look sporty. The way that it tucks in right behind here and they slightly lean back, it's almost like we planned it. Like we know what we're doing slightly.
Check what I did.
How fancy.
I got a nice little panel here. I bought this on Amazon for $15. 5 switches, cigarette lighter, a volt gauge, and a USB port. 2 USB ports exactly. One that'll power the distributor. This one will power the fuel tank. This is forward lights and rear lights. And since it's for a boat, I just found which ones kind of seem closely related. But anyway, this is a constant hot source. So I had to run this switch up here. So when I flip the switch, look at there. So now, bam, 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 bam. All these wires I've got to run, but they have fuses built into this. So we can actually run whatever size fuse we need. And then if something happens, say it's an emergency and you need to kill power to everything, done. Kills it all. Fuel pump and everything. Look at that. How simple.
Now, in the sake of power, we went ahead and ran our MSD Blaster 2 coil along with the MSD distributor. And then inside, to match it all, we've got an MSD Ultra 6AL because it's easy and we wanted to just wire it in here so I can at least visualize. We got lights for power and Bluetooth to see if anything's not going right. So we have plenty of holes in the firewall to kind of work with and run wires. I've already ran the power and the ground. I need to run the switch source. We got to run a couple other odds and ends, but pretty much everything else to do it. I mean, it's super easy to do this. We can have this thing running in the next 30 minutes if I put it all together properly. This is going together real quick, Briar.
Faster than it was coming apart.
And to button it all off, I have been doing my wiring over here. It's not finished yet, but that's my starter relay right there. I bolted it here. Got it going to our starter. Got it going right over here to our battery. Got a ground cable. Still got to run a couple wires. This one's just for the crank. And then I got to loom all this stuff up so it doesn't get burnt. So with our lights, we ordered this harness that is meant for a 2-light setup, and we just wanted to see how bright is this thing gonna be. It's as simple as plugging it in. Look at this quality, dude. That's nice. It's got a built-in fuse, a built-in relay, power to ground, and I didn't even realize it. I thought this was really cool. It's got a built-in switch on and off. That's like one of the best kits I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. So all I did was hook it up straight to the battery. 12 volts, power ground. You run your wires wherever you want. You got a switch.
Wow. That's bright.
Gosh. There's like a beacon.
That's bright.
So my shop, so it's 100 feet long. So from right here, it's probably what, 80?
Yeah.
So about 80 feet that way, and it's as bright. I mean, it's broad daylight right now. It's like middle of the day light.
That's.
We're gonna have 4 of these. I gotta cut the lights off and see how bright that is. We cut the lights off overhead. It's still middle of the day. That's bright. And again, that's 80 feet away, and it's like I'm standing right next to it with like a flashlight. Wow. Can you imagine 4 of these lit up?
We're about to find out.
It's on.
Whoa! That's bright.
That is too bright. That is insane.
Guess what? There's 2 more.
Yes!
Probably just the worst thing I've ever done to a roof.
I seem to remember you doing this to my hood too, on a different vehicle.
That wasn't me.
Play the footage.
It has to be done.
It is nighttime out here. I pulled the Challenger out because I wanted to see how bright these lights are gonna be. Ooh, that's just 2 of them. How about the second 2? Oh boy! Let me angle them up a little bit so you can see. Dude, these are just like straight up spotlights. Like, these are insane. Like, I can feel the energy come off of these things. Look at the beams coming off of them. Like, I feel like you might could point that at the moon and brighten it up a little bit. Wow, that's insane. That's a good, I mean, I'd say 100 feet. I mean, you could come out here and park it and do whatever you needed to do. It's like walking in the middle of the day. That's bright. I mean, the actual beams that are coming off these lights, the bugs are instantly coming in. That's awesome. I think that'll take care of all of our lighting needs. Northern Tool, y'all make some pretty awesome lights, I gotta say.
Well, we've temporarily kind of rigged everything together. We don't even have manifolds or headers on here at all. We just wanted to see if I did it right, will it fire? We went ahead and got our MSD distributor in there and all of our MSD plug wires. Gapped the spark plugs to, was it 55? 55,000. So we should be on the money as far as making it run. I need to screw my panel back on there, but I have all my wiring, at least for the most part, done. So if I flip our switch, we're getting 12 volts. The battery's a little weak. That right there runs our MSD. So that's on, flashing light. We should have 12 volts going to the coil. It should be at least runnable. Ryder's gonna put a little fuel in it, and then we're gonna try and crank it. Well, I got tired of getting fire thrown at me, so we went ahead and installed our headers. I gotta say, they look pretty cool. What do you think about those, Briar?
They're cool.
So what we're gonna do now is, actually we've hooked up an electric fuel pump. I think our problem with the fueling yesterday was that, you know, even with a little squirt of fuel, it just wasn't enough to fire it. A pump coming out here to a fuel jug, and then we'll try it again. We rotated the distributor 180 out. Let's see what happens now. We're getting things happening. Hey, might help turn it on.
That sounds awesome.
so this is a big dilemma. This is really not a whole lot of drive shaft here. This is what was made. The thing is that the car was using a 904 transmission, which uses a smaller slip yoke as in diameter size, and the tail shaft is shorter, therefore the drive shaft is longer. We swapped over to a 727, which means we've got to have a different slip yoke, and I have to cut this. This one was like 16 1/4, and I need to get it to 12 1/2 to center on these U-joint caps. But first, I got to cut all this weld out, separate the two pieces, and then shorten it.
There it is. This drive shaft, cap to cap. So from here to the center of that cap to the center of that cap, 12 1/2 inches long. But it works, I think. So I went ahead and I installed a 727 slip yoke. New U-joint here, new U-joint there. And to make all this work, I cut 3 1/2 inches out of the tube. And then, again, like I said, new slip yoke. But it's all right. And the welds will hold, I think. I feel pretty good about them. Anyway, the best part about all this is that we were sitting right there. I mean, that's the welds for the seat bracket. U-joint, U-joint. But I mean, I guess if you think about it, the rear passengers are sitting right here already. So, I mean, it's not like it's any more dangerous than normal. It's just, look at the pinion angle. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's pretty severe. Not the best. Like the rear end's pointing up, the transmission's pointing downward, but they did not offset the engine and transmission when they moved it backwards. So on these Chryslers, they'll offset the engine and transmission to compensate for the pinion location. And you have to offset the engine and transmission to make that work. They centered the engine and transmission, so when you look at it like this, kind of hard to tell, but the transmission is sitting off to the right while the rear end is sitting to the left. So not only do we have a severe pinion angle, it's also crooked. But here's the good thing. At least it's not in a bind, and the pinion, the angle on each side looks to be even. I haven't measured it or nothing, but that's our max angle. Golly, that's close. Because if you look at the engine from the engine bay, it's actually leaning back pretty far because they raised up the front end. And I think the way that they shaped the frame rails caused the engine to sit up a little bit in the front. So if we need to, we can actually shim the front and take a lot of that severity out of it. That's probably what I'll do. It's a little bit better. I stuck a thick nut on each side of the bolt, and it's not as severe as an angle. It is still pretty severe, but it does the trick now.
While Dylan is working on the drive shaft, I have been working on these cooler lines here for the transmission, and as you can see, I have them mocked up kind of where they need to be. Obviously, I know they're hanging low, but I've got them loose because I have to get the radiator in before I can really start bending and mounting how it needs to be. But let me show you what I've got going on with the radiator. As you can see, the radiator has hit the fan if you look at it just right at one point. So we weren't sure if it was going to leak or not. So as you can see, I've got this funny looking contraption here. So what I have done, I put a hose clamp here on a piece of exhaust pipe we had laying around, and I put another piece there so I could have the pipe taller than the top tank. So that way I can fill it up with water and it come up to this level right here and not overflow. So let's fill it up with water and see if it leaks. Got our first leak right there. Oh, there's another one. If there's any on the back side. No, nothing on the back yet. So far, just those two. As you just saw, this radiator leaked a ton, so we can't be using that. And here's our solution. I have found a Champion radiator laying around that we weren't using, so I think it will work. It looks like it'll be the right size. So I'm gonna have to mock it up, make sure everything fits, and if it does, I'm gonna bolt it in the car.
A major step that we had to accomplish was getting these transmission cooler lines in, so all of that is mounted up. This one broke, but you know what? Nice little hose will fix it, because we've got our radiator bolted in. Technically fits, it's smaller than the old one, but the old one leaked, so I just welded in a couple of angle brackets right there. There's one there, and then there's one there, right there. And I used the old mounts that were holding in the old radiator. There's just these rods welded into the frame. They're bolted to the top. The radiator is sturdy. Like it ain't going nowhere.
So I went ahead and put in our lower radiator hose. The upper radiator hose is in. I got to do a bypass hose, and then we'll fill it with coolant and see if we can actually move this thing. And we can put fluid in the transmission. Dude, we're this close to getting this thing to move. Since the drive shaft was fixed, we had to come up with a shifter, and I didn't know what else to do but to make one. So I just started scrounging around for used parts. I found this shifter cable on my shelf. This was just some angle that I had laying around. This is a transmission mount for a 727 or a 904 that I flipped upside down, ran a bolt through it, so now it pivots, and I made a bracket for the transmission side. So it's in park. We'll go reverse, neutral, drive. Neutral, reverse, and park. It'll go down into second gear. I think it'll do first, but I didn't want to force anything, but at least it works, and it's very easy to do. So you're gonna drive. And I just made this with pieces I had literally scrapped out. So Briar has put 4 quarts of transmission fluid in it. We don't know if that's enough. Obviously, I doubt it is. We're gonna try and fire it up and get fluid flowing, just see how things are looking. This is exciting. This is a monumental moment right here. Well, we gotta make our Holley carburetor work. And to do that, we've got a fuel system that's now actually complete, believe it or not. So I just ran 2 fuel lines. I just made them myself. This is your supply side, and then you've got your return side rigged up over here to a regulator and a line that goes all the way back. Let me show you what we have back here. Now, Briar showed you installing it, but I went ahead and wired in a relay. It goes actually up and over here and then back into the rear of the car. So whenever you open the trunk, I mean, well, just ignore the rust, but you've probably got one of the most legit fuel systems that this car could possibly have. A straight up full-on supply and return. It's wired in right here, again on that relay, and here's your fuel cap, which makes me kind of laugh a little bit because whoever had this car before, they just shortened the filler neck and stuck it back in there. And you know what? It works pretty well. I mean, I can't lie. I kind of like it. It's pretty good. It's legit as it can get. And it's all bolted in real tight. So now when you come over here and you flip this switch and you hit the button, the pump works. So your carburetor's primed. We've got it rigged up over here to our gauge. It can't be any easier. When you've got a good ignition system and a good carburetor, things run really well. And you might be wondering, what's the deal with the long carburetor stud? Well, it's because I had this idea. So I found this little air cleaner base. It goes on like that. You'll notice there's a nut on here. How odd. Except, I had this idea since I thought about those headers turning straight up. This is a newspaper tube that you would put on your mailbox, and I could not resist but cut a hole in it, drill a hole in the top, and use this as a scoop slash air cleaner slash whatever you want to call it. And as goofy as it is, and the idea that it sounds, does that not look awesome? Probably one of the dumbest ideas I've ever had, but I laughed so hard when we got this installed. That looks so cool. I mean, if that doesn't scream straight up race car, dune buggy, whatever you want to call it, garbage, I don't know what will. On. That's so loud. Fired right up. Good gracious. Check the level. It didn't go into park.
Yeah, I think we went off.
I was,
That was me. I spilled the transmission fluid.
oh, come on. So it didn't want to go into park. So when we cranked it up just then, it was in reverse. I'll have to adjust on it. But at least it worked.
It did work.
It did do the thing that it needed to do. It's just, there's a lot of slop in it actually. I honestly wonder if it probably would be better if I built this up more and then had this throw shorter, because this is just wonky. But I'm in neutral right now, I know that for sure.
can't get parked, so I need to adjust that. But that still works. That's really good. What have we done, Briar?
I don't know, man.
Well, it moved. So putting a new windshield in this thing would probably be too nice. So I just went ahead and cut one out of plastic, and we used self-tappers to glue the sucker in with force. And it works pretty well. Check this out. All this visibility you got. Wow, how nice. Got our gauges mounted here. You can tell what kind of oil pressure and what temperature you got, man. I mean, this is legit. I hate to make it too nice, honestly, but here we are. You know, it's honestly comfortable. We got good seats. We got a nice shifter. Got a quick release steering wheel. All the gauges and switches you'll ever need. I mean, what else could you possibly have to have in this thing? And the windshield, made out of something plastic, and it works pretty well. It looks, honestly, like it's got a face again. Like, that kind of ties the whole car together. Makes it look not so junky? You tell me.
What do you think? That's awesome. The throttle's a little sticky.
That's so cool. That's insane.
What have we done?
I don't know. It was good though, whatever it was.
Yeah, we've done something here and it's really cool.
Well, there's a comparison. We figured we could bring the Challenger out to compare to the Challenger. So you got on the left, whatever happened over here. Then on the right, what it's supposed to look like. So you can kind of see just how much they did and how crazy this build actually is. I hope the camera does it justice with how stupid this Challenger is. But you can see how much they had to shorten it and then elongate it. So it's almost, the wheelbase is...
It looks very similar.
It's very close to the same. It's just ridiculous how the proportions are on it. But there you go. That's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it turned into. So here you get a nice long roof, nice long hood, proportions that are evenly matched, I guess you could say. And over here you get, well, I don't even know what you'd call that. The roof is completely gone. The rocker's shortened probably a good 2 feet maybe. It's just crazy, crazy proportions. But like I said, the wheelbase and everything is pretty much close to what it was from the original deal. So, I mean, as far as size goes, it's about the same. After pulling out of the shop, we immediately loaded the Challenger up to make it just in time for registration at this year's Holly Mo Party. We could not wait to see everyone's reaction to such an insane car. What you doing, Briar?
About to put the battery in this bad boy.
We made it to Mo Party. It's late at night, but the Challenger is here. I can't wait to see how these lights look at night. That's going to be insane. Oh, you know it can two-step, right? The MSD can two-step. We might have to set that up tomorrow.
Whoa! was like the sun.
Oh, that was perfect. I didn't get to witness it. Oh my God. Oh. Wow.
Should have put these in the van and blinded everybody.
Good gracious. Feel the bugs just flying.
I know. You're a magnet now.
Hey, you can see everything, that's for sure.
I have enjoyed, I mean, everybody's coming by like confused by it, a little concerned, more or less, just wondering what happened. I don't really know what happened, but dude, it's so good when you fire this thing up and everybody's just like, wow. Open headers, it makes everything better. Moparty's awesome. Tons of cars out here, tons of folks racing. I mean, they've had autocross going on all day long. Really just wanted to set this thing up here and park it and let people just kind of see what the heck is going on. And whenever you want to, you know, you just roll up over here, flip a switch here, flip a switch here, flip a switch here, push this button. There you go. Just like that.
What are we doing?
I'm scared.
We're gonna go drive this thing around for the first time. Did my gear shift?
Power steering good?
It's good enough. It's kind of comfortable.
I mean, you got to slap a little bit, but it feels
A little
good.
bit, but it's not bad.
Runs good.
Yeah, it runs great, honestly. I mean, this engine, I knew it was good. You got that with the MSD and the good carburetor, dude. These things will run. I mean, I have not pumped a pedal to crank it. All I do is lean over, push the button, and it fires up immediately every time. It's awesome.
Do you think they think we're crazy?
Oh, yeah. I lost a lot of visibility with my billboard here.
Yeah. Slouch more. It already feels bumpy just going this slow.
Might chalk that up to the 30-year-old tires that are on the back.
I think we could park in this section over here.
I think we
Don't
should.
you?
I don't know why we're not a show car.
I know.
You know?
So fun.
It is very fun. All these people have to get this. Brakes are good.
Really?
Yeah. Still got 40 pounds of oil pressure.
Temperature hasn't come up any.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning. But it's also just idling. It's got some torque to it.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little snappy.
on to you. You just hold on to the steering wheel.
But just driving it around here, it's really not bad. Like, it just kind of putts along. The power steering's good on it. The brakes are good on it. It doesn't have a very good turning radius, but that, who cares? As long as you can turn, right?
What is drift? Gosh, it moves so much. Why did it do that? It's like a foot.
The motor mounts are probably about to separate. That was well worth it.
Absolutely.
Dude, just to see everybody like, what the heck is that? We're gonna do that again.
We have to.
So fun. Dude, this thing is awesome. I love this. This is the best.
I think it surprises everybody that it's here, number one,
Yeah.
and that it runs and drives, number two.
The fact that it does move is a surprising fact.
Yeah.
Like, it drove all the way up to the very end, a huge loop, and just idled the whole time. Didn't even care.
No.
Like, this is so cool. This is best ever. I
Yes.
don't care what anybody says. It's best ever.
So we spent a good bit of time just watching people's reactions to this crazy machine. And one by one, they filed by with a head scratch, a laugh, a high five, or just a simple nod of approval. And we got to meet many of you guys who watch at home, and we greatly appreciate y'all. But one of the coolest people we got to meet was this guy. So if you remember Robbie, the guy I bought this car from, well, he bought it from Larry. And Larry owned it for over 30 years. Now, he bought it because it was just too cool to pass up, but it sat dormant in his backyard for decades, and he was super excited to see the car actually up and running, and he could not believe his old car was out and about. And that wrapped up our Holly Mopar 2025 visit, but we still had unfinished business, like putting this Challenger on the road for the first time ever.
Time for our first official drive, Briar.
I'm scared. Are you scared?
A little bit. I mean, there's not a whole lot of protection or restraining. Probably should put seatbelts in it, but here we are.
Yeah, we're already going down the road.
Yeah.
That's two.
What is that?
I don't know. Why is it shaking?
Three. I'm so scared right now. I don't know if it's tire spot spotted or if it's like something rotational. Oh boy.
Probably a combination of things.
Yeah. Hey, 3 gears.
It does have three.
Not bad.
It's not terribly loud.
We got some serious rotational noises and vibrations.
It's probably the drive shaft. Have you looked at it?
I tried not to. Brakes are awesome. So good.
That's nice to have.
It is very good.
What are we doing?
I don't know, man. We're probably only going like, what, 25?
Around, yeah. I don't want to go any faster.
I don't either. As soon as I let
kilter that it just, when it gets in a load, puts it in a bind really bad. Can't take a turn too sharp, but the tires will rub. Oh, hey, we got it. I guess we can just make sure that it still exists. I mean, we just drove what a good.
That's probably over a mile.
Over a mile, yeah.
That thing's smoking or on fire.
No.
Oh. I think it's alive. No leaks, nothing serious.
Nothing, dude. Wow. We put together a pretty decent little car. You know it?
It looks so cool.
Doesn't it though? I mean, that's the best thing about it is how wicked it looks. I mean, genuinely, this thing is just, it's atrocious, it's wild, it's dumb, but it makes all the right noises. It looks so freaking cool. It drives now. And it didn't do that ever, I don't think.
No.
There you go. Bump. Kind of fun. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie.
You might be crazy.
It's pretty fun. Very snappy too.
Very, very snappy. No way.
I checked it on my speedometer out.
You're brave.
Hey man, it was downhill, so it was okay.
Oh, okay.
All our vents. I mean, my feet placement's not the greatest. I mean, I'm having to like ball up, but it works.
Barely feel it.
Yeah, it's negligible.
37.
37! It's kind of comfortable. I mean, that's the thing. With the big tall tires and the highway gears, this thing probably do 100 miles an hour at like 2,000 RPM.
Can we try it?
I'll let you drive.
Okay.
Kind of hunker down in her, you know, kind of get real low, but it's pretty comfortable. I mean, these little bucket seats, man, I've sat worse, that's for sure, and I fine-tuned the seat angle and everything to me, so it's custom fit. It's exactly like I like it. Now, could I drive even an hour in this thing? Probably not, but would it be that bad? It could be worse. Definitely could be worse. thing is a handful.
Sounds like it.
When I did like quarter of a throttle pull when I drove by you. My ears are ringing.
It was loud.
It is very, very loud. But is it fun?
Oh, absolutely. It sounds like a race car.
Yeah, it is more fun than should be allowed to have.
They're spinning too!
How did he do that?
I don't know! That is wild.
How does it do that so well?
I don't know, but you're spinning both.
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Challenger. Now maybe it's probably should have been left for dead, but it runs, it drives, and stops. Is it the best of those three things? Maybe not, but it does it. Now from where it was to what it is now is definitely an improvement, but I want to know what else should we do with this thing? I know it'll run it up and down the road, but what kind of challenges do you think this thing should go through? Let me know down in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Link in the description for Northern Tool lights as well as some merch. All that money goes directly back into stuff just like this. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.